There is a side to leadership they don't really talk about in all the success stories. It's that deep, unspoken feeling of loneliness. The sense that even when you're surrounded by people, the weight of it all is sitting squarely on your shoulders and your shoulders alone. It's such a strange feeling, isn't it? You spend your entire day with your team, with clients, with partners, but when the day is done, you're the one making the final call. You're the one carrying that ultimate responsibility, and yeah, you're the one lying awake at 3 in the morning, replaying every single move. And that question, am I doing the right thing? Oh my gosh, it can become this constant, draining soundtrack playing in the back of your head. It's that little nagging doubt, that whisper that says you're missing something, that you're just one wrong step away from everything falling apart. And all that doubt, it just leads to frustration, right? On the outside, everything might even look like it's going great. The business is moving, but inside, it's a grind. You feel like you're pushing this boulder uphill all by yourself with no one to really talk to, no space to just think. For most of us, the real struggle isn't some big, dramatic crisis. It's the constant, low-level hum of pressure. It's the nonstop noise, that feeling of false urgency about everything, and just the sheer number of decisions you have to make every single day. So if any of this is hitting home for you, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You're not broken for feeling this way, and you are absolutely not alone. This is a tough job. But what if? What if there was a system, a way to turn all that pressure into actual, real momentum? All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk about building an engine of growth. We're moving away from the problem and into a really powerful solution, a system designed to take that isolating pressure and transform it into unstoppable forward motion. And this is the core idea we're going to unpack, the Growth Day flywheel. Seriously, think of it like an engine. It's a system that's designed to be self-sustaining, helping you build day by day toward your biggest goals and create the kind of freedom you're actually looking for. So, this flywheel effect, it's a concept that comes from engineering, and it is powerful. I want you to imagine a gigantic, heavy wheel. That first push to get it moving, it's going to take everything you've got. But then, with the next push and the next, each one gets a little bit easier. It starts building momentum, until eventually it feels like it's spinning all on its own. We can apply that exact same idea to our businesses and our lives. So, how does this thing actually work? Well, it breaks down into 3 interconnected steps. Step 1, it all starts with your habits. Your daily discipline is what creates more capacity. Then, step 2, that new capacity unlocks the freedoms. We're talking tangible results like more time, more money, better health. And finally, step 3, the community. This is where it gets really powerful. Your results and your story feed back into the system, which inspires everyone else and reinforces their habits. It just keeps feeding itself, creating this incredible upward spiral. Okay, so we've got the engine. But an engine is no good if you don't know where you're going, right? So before we build that momentum, we have to get really clear on the destination. This next part is all about defining what true freedom actually looks and feels like for you. First up, time freedom. This is the big one. This is about having the power to actually own your schedule, to decide where your focus goes, instead of just being pulled around by a million different fires you have to put out. Next is wealth freedom. And listen, this isn't just about being rich. It's about having the financial security to make choices based on your values and your passions, not just on what you need to do to make payroll. It's being able to say yes to the right things. And then, of course, there's location freedom. For a lot of people, this is the ultimate dream, right? The ability to untie yourself from one desk, from one city, and to truly live and work from anywhere you want in the world. Now, here's one that often gets overlooked. Creative freedom. This is about having the mental breathing room to chase your big ideas, to innovate, to create something new, just because you want to, not because you have to. And this one is non-negotiable, health freedom. Because let's be real, what good is any of this success if you don't have the physical and mental energy to actually enjoy it? This is about being able to thrive, not just survive the grind. And finally, travel freedom. The chance to really see the world, to have those incredible experiences, not just squeezed into a 2-week vacation, but on your own terms, on your own timeline. So there you have it. Those are the freedoms. That's our destination. Now let's get down to brass tacks. How do you actually build the flywheel to get there? Well, it all comes down to 3 key foundational pillars. Everything we're talking about really rests on this number, 3. 3 core pillars that make this entire system turn and bring those freedoms from a dream into a reality. And here they are, the 3 pillars of business freedom. Think of these as the fuel for your engine. They're the essential parts that work together to get your flywheel spinning and create sustainable, real growth. All right, let's break them down. Pillar number 1 is generating leads. This is the lifeblood of your business, creating a predictable system to attract the right people. Pillar 2 is creating cash flow. This is how you monetize, building stable recurring revenue, not just one-off sales. And finally, Pillar 3 is Skool communities. This is the secret sauce. It's the environment where you deliver amazing value and build real connection. Your community members become your biggest fans, and what do? They bring you new leads, which feeds right back into the top of the flywheel, making the whole thing spin even faster. So we've laid it all out: the problem, the system, the destination, and the pillars that make it all work. The only thing left to do now is to go from knowing the path to actually walking the path. Your road really does start right here. Hey, remember where we started this conversation? That feeling of being totally alone at the top? Well, what we just went through, that's not just some nice theory. It's a practical roadmap. It's designed to take you from that lonely place to a whole new level of achievement and, more importantly, genuine freedom. When you really boil it all down, activating these freedoms comes down to 2 things: your own intentional personal growth, the habits you build every day, and the incredible power of community. The biggest takeaway is that you don't have to do it alone anymore. This is how you build a business and a life that truly fuels you. So as we wrap this up, I've got one last question for you. Think back to those 6 freedoms we talked about: time, wealth, location, creative, health, and travel. Which one of those speaks to you the most right now? Which freedom are you going to build first?